Sledding is a quintessential winter activity. However, like any adventure, sledding also comes with inherent risks. Ensuring a safe and enjoyable experience requires awareness and preparation. Joining us today, we have Marc-Antoine Deschamps with the Ottawa Paramedic Service. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Of course, we love tobogganing sledding season, but it does come with risks. Talk about how we can prepare ourselves in terms of hill conditions.
Well, I don't want to steal the thunder from your weather segment,
Yes.
but it's going to become pretty cold in the next few hours.
Yeah.
So everything will freeze, which will make the hill very fast, very hard.
That's right.
The first thing, you have to pick the right hill.
Okay.
So if you go to ottawa.ca/sledding, you will have an interactive map of all the sledding hills that are approved in Ottawa, where it's safe to do so. You can pick one close to your neighborhood that has the level of incline that you're looking for. And you can also have a look at the various conditions.
Okay.
So picking the hill is probably the most important part.
And just because you see other kids or other families out on this hill, it doesn't necessarily ensure that it's safe or the proper one for you, right?
No, so that's why it's important to refer yourself to the website and to the signage that's present at these hills. And even if you go to a hill, it might be safe on one side, but not on the other because of trees and other obstacles on the opposite side.
So know your surroundings and be aware of the hill that you are choosing. Let's talk about proper technique we should have when it comes to the sled and what we should be using for safety precautions.
So it's important that you pick the right sled. Something like this is probably one of the most ideal ones.
Okay.
Try to avoid saucers and inflatable tubes. Although they look fun, they cannot be steered at all.
So what makes this a good option?
Because it's a bit easier to steer.
Okay.
It's not like a car, but it has some steering capabilities.
Okay.
It's also important that you wear the proper helmet.
Right.
Protecting your head is paramount as you're going down this hill, because head injuries is probably what we see the most in terms of injuries while sledding.
Okay.
So protecting your head with a proper helmet is extremely important.
What about in terms of conditions? Obviously, you mentioned today, not a good day. It's going to be very icy. Are there ideal conditions when it's a bit softer, when it's a bit more snowy?
So if there have been recent snow, obviously the sledding will be a bit slower, but at the same time also safer.
Yeah.
And when you do get onto your sled, it's important that you sit in the sled and you go feet first. Although it might be fun again to go head first, but again, if there is an impact with somebody or an object, it will be a head and your spine that will take the blunt of the impact. So sit on the sled and go feet first as you go down the hill.
What about in terms of if it's a packed, environment, there's lots of people, what are some common safety practices people should keep in mind to ensure safe tobogganing down a busy hill?
You need to have your head on a swivel. You have to be aware of your surrounding and make sure that you use the path to go up and that you don't try to climb back up the hill using the path that people are using to go down. So be aware of your surrounding. The other thing that's important when you go tobogganing is that you dress appropriately. It's going to get very cold very soon, so you want to prevent frostbite, you want to prevent frost nips. So make sure that your kids are well covered, that they dress in layers, and keep an eye on them. Like if you see some waxy area of the skin, that might be the early stage of a frostbite. So bring them inside, rewarm it, and reassess if it's a good idea to go back out.
Do you see a lot of sledding injuries every year?
Fortunately, we don't see a lot of them, but it's important that people follow those safety tips so a pleasant afternoon with the family doesn't turn into a tragedy.
Absolutely. And what's that website one more time people can go to make sure the hill is safe?
Yeah, ottawa.ca/sledding.
Ottawa.ca/sledding for more information, of course, to make sure that the hills are nice and safe. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.